The decommissioning of the USS Neptune was a bittersweet event for the crew who had shared countless adventures. Admiral Elijah Brooks stood tall, his eyes scanning the gathered crowd of officers and crew members. He felt a pang of nostalgia, but also a surge of excitement for the future. The USS Infinite Horizon, a state-of-the-art deep space vessel, awaited its new crew, ready to embark on a mission that would push the boundaries of human exploration.
Chapter 1. New Horizons. The ceremony took place in a grand hall, the walls adorned with memorabilia from the Neptune's storied past. Banners bearing the ship's insignia hung alongside holographic displays of its greatest achievements. The atmosphere was charged with a mix of pride and anticipation. Admiral Brooks addressed the crowd, his voice resonating with conviction. As we part ways with the crew of the Neptune, let us carry with us the message of the Guardians, a message of unity, exploration, and the endless pursuit of knowledge. For in the depths unknown, be it in the oceans of our world or the vast expanse of space, there lies not just danger and mystery, but wonder, beauty, and the potential for unimaginable discovery. Applause filled the hall as Brooks concluded his speech. Lieutenant Sarah Jensen, now the Chief Weapons Officer of the Infinite Horizon, felt a rush of pride. Her promotion was well-deserved, and she was eager to prove herself. Beside her stood Captain William Crane, a seasoned pilot with a reputation for daring maneuvers. Steve Hawkins, the Special Force operative, exuded quiet confidence, while Jan Lee, the brilliant science officer, appeared deep in thought, contemplating the mysteries they might uncover. Kelly Strong, the ship's doctor, radiated calm and competence, ready to handle any medical emergency that might arise. As the ceremony concluded, the crew boarded the Infinite Horizon. The ship's exterior gleamed under the lights of the space dock, its sleek design a testament to the latest advancements in spacefaring technology. Inside, the corridors were lined with glowing panels that provided both illumination and data displays, giving the ship a futuristic yet welcoming feel. The bridge, located at the heart of the ship, was a marvel of modern engineering. It featured a panoramic view of space with large transparent screens that could display anything from tactical maps to scientific data. The captain's chair was positioned centrally, surrounded by consoles manned by key personnel. Admiral Brooks took his place in the command chair, his presence commanding respect. "All stations, report status," he ordered. "Engineering, all systems green," came the reply from the engineering chief, his voice crackling through the comm. "Navigation, ready for departure," said the navigation officer, her hands poised over the controls. "Weapon systems fully operational," reported Lieutenant Jensen, her fingers dancing over her console as she ran final checks. "Medical bay ready and stocked," Dr. Kelly Strong confirmed, her voice calm and reassuring. "Science lab prepared for data collection," added Jan Lee, her eyes alight with anticipation. "Special forces standing by," said Steve Hawkins, his tone steady and composed. Captain William Crane, responsible for piloting the ship, gave a nod. "All systems a go, Admiral." "Excellent," Brooks replied. "Engage the engines and take us out of the dock." The ship hummed to life. The subtle vibration of the engines felt through the deck. The Infinite Horizon glided smoothly out of the space dock, its thrusters firing in a controlled burst. As the ship cleared the dock, the vastness of space unfolded before them, a canvas of stars and galaxies stretching into infinity. "Set a course for the Epsilon Eridani system," Brooks commanded. "It's time to see what the Infinite Horizon can do." Captain Crane input the coordinates, and the ship's navigation systems plotted the course. The stars outside the viewport shifted as the ship adjusted its trajectory. The anticipation on the bridge was palpable. "All systems ready, Admiral," Crane reported, his hands poised over the controls. "Engage," Brooks commanded. The ship lurches forward, and the stars outside the viewport stretched into elongated streaks of light as the Infinite Horizon entered hyperspace. The journey was smooth, but the crew remained vigilant, knowing that the unknown awaited them. During the journey, the crew familiarized themselves with the ship's advanced systems. The Infinite Horizon was equipped with cutting-edge technology, including an artificial intelligence system named Athena, designed to assist with everything from navigation to medical diagnostics. Athena's presence was felt throughout the ship, her voice calm and precise as she responded to queries and provided updates. The crew also bonded over shared meals in the ship's mess hall, where they discussed their hopes and fears for the mission ahead. Lieutenant Jensen and Captain Crane often shared stories of past exploits, while Dr. Strong and Jan Lee debated the implications of recent scientific discoveries. Steve Hawkins remained a quiet observer, his sharp eyes taking in every detail. As the ship approached the Epsilon Eridani system, the excitement grew. The crew assembled on the bridge, their eyes fixed on the view screen. The ship dropped out of hyperspace, and the breathtaking sight of the Epsilon Eridani system filled the viewport. A massive, swirling nebula dominated the view, its colors shifting and shimmering in the void. "Lieutenant Jensen, report," Brooks ordered. Jensen's fingers danced over her console. "Admiral, I'm detecting a powerful energy source within the nebula. It's fluctuating, almost as if it's alive." Jan Lee's eyes widened. "An organic energy source? That's unprecedented. Let's not jump to conclusions," Brooks cautioned. "Captain Crane, take us closer, but proceed with caution." As the ship approached the nebula, strange phenomena began to occur. Lights flickered, and the ship's systems experienced brief, unexplained disruptions. Steve Hawkins, always alert, felt a sense of unease. "Admiral, I recommend we maintain a safe distance," he advised. Brooks nodded. "Agreed. Let's deploy a probe. I want to know what we're dealing with." The probe was launched, transmitting data back to the ship. The readings were baffling. The energy source seemed to pulse rhythmically, almost like a heartbeat. As the crew analyzed the data, an eerie calm settled over the ship. They all knew that this was just the beginning of their journey into the depths unknown. Chapter 2. The Anomaly. The Infinite Horizon drifted on the edge of the Epsilon Eridani Nebula, its sleek hull reflecting the nebula's kaleidoscopic colors. The crew was on high alert, each member absorbed in their duties, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of their consoles. "Admiral, we're receiving a signal," said Jan Lee, her voice tinged with excitement and caution. "It's faint, but it's there." Admiral Brooks leaned forward in his chair, his eyes narrowing. "Can you identify the source?" Jan's fingers flew over her console, pulling up data on the screen. "It's originating from within the nebula, but the signal is unlike anything we've seen before. It appears to be encoded." "Encoded how?" Brooks asked, intrigued. "It's not just a simple encryption. The signal seems to be layered with multiple frequencies, each carrying different data. It could be a form of communication, a distress signal, or something entirely different," Jan explained, her brow furrowed in concentration. "Let's not take any chances. Captain Crane, keep us at a safe distance. Lieutenant Jensen, prepare the weapons systems just in case," Brooks ordered, his voice steady and authoritative. Crane nodded and adjusted the ship's course, maintaining a safe perimeter around the nebula. Jensen's hands flew over her controls, arming the ship's defensive systems and ensuring they were ready to respond to any threat. The probe, launched earlier, had entered the nebula and was transmitting real-time data back to the ship. The crew watched intently as the probe's camera feed displayed the swirling, vibrant gases of the nebula. Flashes of light and energy pulses danced across the screen, creating an otherworldly spectacle. "Admiral, the probe's sensors are picking up massive energy fluctuations," Jan reported. "It's almost as if the nebula is alive." Alive? Dr. Kelly Strong echoed, her curiosity piqued. Do you mean it has biological properties? Not exactly, Jan clarified, but the energy readings are highly irregular and seem to follow a rhythmic pattern similar to a heartbeat. Could it be a form of sentient energy? Steve Hawkins suggested, his tone thoughtful. It's possible, Jan admitted, but without more data, we can't be certain. The probe continued its journey deeper into the nebula, its instruments recording every anomaly. Suddenly, the feed flickered, and the data stream became erratic. We're losing the probe's signal, Jan said, her voice tense. What's causing it? Brooks asked. It could be the intense electromagnetic interference from the nebula, Jan replied. Or something within the nebula could be actively disrupting our signal. Try to regain control, Brooks ordered. Jan worked quickly, attempting to re-establish a stable connection with the probe. After several tense moments, the feed stabilized and the data stream resumed. As the probe delved deeper, it approached the source of the energy signature. The screen displayed a swirling vortex of energy, pulsating with a hypnotic rhythm. Tendrils of light extended from the vortex, reaching out like ethereal fingers. Admiral, the probe is approaching the energy source, Jan reported, her voice a mix of awe and trepidation. Let's see what we're dealing with, Brooks said, his eyes fixed on the screen. The probe's sensors scanned the vortex, capturing detailed readings. The energy levels were off the charts, and the rhythmic pulses seemed to intensify as the probe drew nearer. Admiral, I'm detecting something within the vortex, Jan said, her voice tinged with excitement. It appears to be an object, possibly a structure. A structure in the middle of a nebula, Jensen said, her disbelief evident. It's definitely artificial, Jan confirmed, and it's emitting a powerful energy field. Could it be a ship? Crane asked. Or a station, Hawkins suggested. Only one way to find out, Brooks said. Jan, can you enhance the probe's visuals? Jan adjusted the probe's camera settings, and the image on the screen became clearer. The structure within the vortex was unlike anything they had seen before. It appeared to be a massive crystalline formation, its surface glowing with a soft, iridescent light. The structure was intricate, with spires and arches that gave it an almost organic appearance. Admiral, we're receiving another signal, Jan said, her voice urgent. It's coming from the structure. Put it on screen, Brooks ordered. The screen flickered, and a holographic image materialized before them. A figure appeared, cloaked in light and shadow, its presence both majestic and intimidating. Welcome, explorers of the Infinite Horizon, the figure intoned. Its voice was melodic, resonating with a strange, otherworldly quality. I am the guardian of this nebula, a sentinel of knowledge and protector of secrets. The crew exchanged astonished glances. Admiral Brooks stepped forward. Guardian, we seek knowledge and understanding. What is the purpose of this energy source? The Guardian's image flickered. This nebula is a repository of ancient wisdom, a convergence of energy and consciousness. Those who seek to understand its secrets must prove their worth. Janli's eyes sparkled with curiosity. What must we do to prove ourselves? The Guardian's gaze seemed to pierce through them. You must navigate the trials of the nebula, facing challenges that will test your unity, intellect, and courage. Only then will you be granted access to the knowledge you seek. The crew braced themselves for the trials ahead. As they ventured deeper into the nebula, they encountered a series of tests designed to push them to their limits. They faced holographic simulations of ancient civilizations, solved intricate puzzles, and navigated treacherous cosmic phenomena. Each challenge required them to work together, drawing on their individual strengths and expertise. The first trial tested their unity. The crew found themselves in a simulation of an ancient civilization's council chamber. They were faced with a complex diplomatic scenario, requiring them to negotiate a peace treaty between two warring factions. Lieutenant Jensen, you take the lead on this, Brooks said. Use your tactical skills to assess the situation and propose a strategy. Jensen nodded, her mind racing as she analyzed the scenario. We need to find common ground, she said. Something that both factions value and can agree on. Jan Lee stepped forward. The data suggests that both factions have a shared history and cultural heritage. We can use that to bridge the gap. Dr. Strong added, we should also consider their emotional state. Empathy and understanding will be key. With their combined efforts, the crew successfully negotiated the treaty, earning the Guardians' approval. The second trial tested their intellect. The crew found themselves in a massive library, filled with ancient tomes and holographic displays. They were presented with a series of complex puzzles and riddles, each more challenging than the last. Jan, this is your domain, Brooks said. Lead us through these puzzles. Jan's eyes lit up as she dove into the first puzzle, her mind working at lightning speed. The crew assisted her, providing insights and suggestions as they worked together to solve each riddle. Their combined knowledge and problem-solving skills allowed them to overcome the challenges and progress further. The final trial tested their courage. The crew found themselves in a simulation of a collapsing starship with fires raging and structural integrity failing. They had to navigate through the chaos, rescuing simulated crew members and stabilizing the ship. Steve, take point, Brooks ordered. Lead us through this. Hawkins moved with precision and determination, guiding the crew through the treacherous environment. Jensen and Crane provided cover, while Dr. Strong attended to the injured. Jan worked tirelessly to stabilize the ship's systems, her fingers flying over the controls. With their combined efforts, the crew successfully completed the trial, emerging victorious. Exhausted but triumphant, the crew returned to the bridge. The Guardian reappeared, its form more solid and defined. You have proven yourselves worthy, it declared. The knowledge of the nebula is yours to explore. As the Guardian imparted its wisdom, the crew of the Infinite Horizon marveled at the discoveries they had made. They had unlocked secrets that would revolutionize their understanding of the universe and propel humanity toward new horizons. Admiral Brooks stood at the helm, pride and gratitude swelling in his chest. This is just the beginning, he said, his voice filled with determination. The Infinite Horizon will continue to explore the depths unknown, driven by the spirit of discovery and the pursuit of knowledge. And so the USS Infinite Horizon embarked on its next great adventure, its crew united by the challenges they had overcome and the mysteries they had unraveled. Together, they would continue to push the boundaries of exploration, discovering new wonders and uncovering the secrets of the cosmos. Chapter 3. The Guardian's Legacy. The Infinite Horizon drifted silently near the swirling vortex of energy within the Epsilon Eridani Nebula. The crew had just completed the arduous trial set by the Guardian and now awaited the promised knowledge that lay within the nebula's enigmatic heart. The bridge was filled with a sense of anticipation, each crew member acutely aware that they stood on the precipice of a monumental discovery. The holographic figure of the Guardian flickered into existence once more, now more defined and almost lifelike. Its form radiated a serene yet powerful energy, embodying both wisdom and authority. The bridge lights dimmed slightly, focusing all attention on the Guardian. Explorers of the Infinite Horizon, the Guardian began, its voice carrying an ethereal resonance. You have proven your worth through unity, intellect, and courage. It is time to share the legacy of the nebula. Admiral Brooks stepped forward, his eyes locked on the Guardian. We are honored, Guardian. What is this legacy you speak of? The Guardian's gaze seemed to pierce through them, seeing into their very souls. This nebula, known to you as Epsilon Eridani, is a nexus of knowledge and power. It was created eons ago by an ancient civilization known as the Illusion. They were beings of immense wisdom and technological prowess, far surpassing anything known to your kind. Jan Li's eyes widened with astonishment. The Illusions, I've read theories about them, but there's never been any concrete evidence. They were thought to be a myth. They were real, the Guardian affirmed, and they left behind a vast repository of their knowledge within this nebula, protected by me and hidden from those who are unworthy. This knowledge includes advancements in energy manipulation, quantum physics, and biological sciences that could revolutionize your understanding of the universe. As the Guardian spoke, the bridge's main screen displayed a breathtaking view of the nebula's core. Within the swirling vortex, a massive crystalline structure slowly materialized. It was a breathtaking sight, shimmering with a spectrum of colors, its surface covered in intricate patterns that seemed to pulse with life. This is the Archive of Knowledge, the Guardian explained. A living database containing the cumulative wisdom of the Illusions. It is both a library and a sentient entity capable of interacting with those who seek its knowledge. Captain Crane, his eyes fixed on the screen, marveled at the sight. How do we access this archive? The archive is aware of your presence and will respond to your intentions, the Guardian said. Approach with respect and a genuine desire to learn. It will guide you. Under Admiral Brooks's command, the Infinite Horizon carefully navigated closer to the crystalline structure. The ship's sensors scanned the surface, revealing a complex network of energy conduits and data channels. The structure seemed to hum with a harmonious frequency, resonating with the very fabric of space. As the ship approached, a beam of light extended from the archive, enveloping the Infinite Horizon in a gentle glow. The crew felt a tingling sensation, as if the ship itself was being scanned and evaluated. "Athena, are we in any danger?" Brooks asked, his voice steady but cautious. "Negative, Admiral," Athena replied. "The energy field appears to be non-hostile. It is scanning us, likely as a form of authentication." The Guardian's image appeared once more. "The archive has recognized your worthiness. Prepare for interface." A small team, including Admiral Brooks, Jan Li, Captain Crane, Lieutenant Jensen, Steve Hawkins, and Dr. Strong, made their way to a designated room within the ship that Athena had indicated as the optimal location for the interface. The room's walls were lined with advanced holographic projectors and data consoles. As they entered, the room's lights dimmed and the air seemed to thrum with energy. A large holographic interface materialized in the center, displaying complex symbols and patterns that shifted and evolved. "The archive is ready to communicate," Athena announced. Jan Li stepped forward, her heart pounding with excitement. "Let's begin." She reached out and touched the interface, and immediately the room was filled with a cascade of light and sound. The holographic display transformed, showing streams of data, images of alien worlds, advanced equations, and biological blueprints. The crew spent hours immersed in the archive's knowledge. Jan Li, with her scientific expertise, guided the team through the vast troves of information. They discovered advanced propulsion systems that could drastically reduce travel time between star systems, energy manipulation techniques that defied current understanding of physics, and medical advancements that could eradicate diseases and extend human lifespans. Lieutenant Jensen focused on the tactical applications, uncovering defensive technologies that could enhance the ship's shields and weapon systems. Captain Crane analyzed navigational data, finding new star charts and potential shortcuts through space that could open up unexplored regions. Steve Hawkins, ever the strategist, delved into the military applications, uncovering advanced combat tactics and stealth technologies that could give their forces an edge in any conflict. Dr. Strong found groundbreaking medical treatments and diagnostic tools that would revolutionize healthcare aboard the ship and beyond. As they worked, the Guardian offered guidance, explaining the context and significance of each discovery. The Illusions were not just scientists and engineers. They were philosophers and artists, and their knowledge reflects a holistic understanding of the universe. Use this wisdom wisely. After what felt like an eternity, the Guardian addressed the crew once more. You have unlocked a fraction of the Archive's knowledge. This is both a gift and a responsibility. The Illusians believed that with great knowledge comes great responsibility. You must use this wisdom to advance your civilization, but also to protect and preserve the balance of the cosmos. Admiral Brooks nodded solemnly. We understand, Guardian. We will honor the legacy of the Illusians and use this knowledge to better humanity. The Guardian's form began to fade, its final words echoing in the chamber. The Archive will remain here, waiting for those who are worthy. Return when you are ready to learn more. Farewell, explorers of the Infinite Horizon. The Infinite Horizon slowly backed away from the crystalline structure, the beam of light retracting as they moved to a safe distance. The crew returned to their stations, each member deeply affected by the experience. Admiral Brooks addressed the crew over the ship's intercom. Today, we have taken a monumental step forward in our journey of exploration and discovery. We have unlocked knowledge that will propel us into a new era. Let this be a reminder of the limitless potential that lies within the depths unknown. As the ship prepared to leave the nebula, Jan Lee stood by the observation window, gazing at the swirling colors. We've only scratched the surface, she said softly. There's so much more to learn. Indeed, Brooks agreed, joining her. But for now, we've got enough to keep us busy. The Infinite Horizon's engines roared to life, and the ship set a course for home, carrying with it the legacy of the Illusions. The crew was united, their bond strengthened by the trials they had faced and the knowledge they had gained.
And so the Infinite Horizon embarked on its next great adventure, driven by the spirit of discovery and the pursuit of knowledge. Together, they would continue to push the boundaries of exploration, discovering new wonders and uncovering the secrets of the cosmos.
If you enjoyed our extended audio storytelling, please give us a like and share. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get more of Dr. Mortis Cadaver's collections. Your support helps us continue to bring you the most chilling and thrilling tales from the depths of Dr. Mortis Cadaver's vault. Thank you for listening, and remember, the darkness is always waiting, just around the corner.